Back, everyone, to our Be Strong show. I'm so happy that you have tuned in to be with us. I am CEO and Chief Heart Officer. Hopefully, you can see that for Be Strong International. We do all things amazing in the avenue of healthy relationship education. We teach heart skills to youth, parents, families, and we do amazing work in the community. If you haven't heard, we are celebrating 30 years this year of service in Miami-Dade County and Broward County. And so I want you to make sure you follow us on all of our social media pages, Be Strong INTL, and definitely continue to tune in to today's show. Today we have with us an amazing guest. He is Arturo Mancilla, Vice President of Valley Bank, and he's the Business Development Officer, right, for Community Lending. I want you to say hi to everyone, but then I gotta highlight you for a minute. So just say hi.
All right, hey everyone, how are you? You can call me Art, by the way, or
Okay.
Artie,
Okay.
however you prefer. Sometimes Arthur is kind of complicated, but I just, like to be called Art as well.
Oh no, that's cool. So first thing I want to share is you have been an amazing supporter of Be Strong. Not only did you buy our game, but you've been helping us at our food drives that we have over at Demps Park, that we have once a month. And so just want to say thank you for that. I went last month, and just the sweat and being in the sun and making sure that people get what they need as we fill their cars with food is pretty amazing. It's an amazing feeling. And I just want to say thank you. And you've done so much more, but I'm just going to stop there because it's a long list of amazing work that you've done to support us.
All
Yeah.
right, no, thank you so much. I truly believe that Be Strong is an amazing organization, first of all. Second of all, I encourage everyone to be involved. If you haven't, I don't know, you are missing out big time. And every event that I go, at the end is so fulfilling. And I don't know, it changes my day, my week. And I don't know, I'm always with a happy face trying to help everyone.
Yeah.
So it's very, very encouraging. And I love going to Be Strong in anything that you guys are involved.
No, no, no. I love it too. And I love the fact that you are just you're just so supportive. We reach out to you, and of course we reached out to you quickly about the show, and you said yes, and we're just like, yes. So tell me a little bit about because it says vice president and business development officer. I'm like,
Mm.
first of all, you look super young, right? So how did you even end up in the banking industry in the first place?
I feel young at heart and at soul. I don't know about my,
Outward.
my body, but thank you for that. So yeah, I've been in the banking industry for, I would say, 5 years, around that time frame. So not very long. I used to be in real estate,
Oh, wow.
and marketing as well. So I have a little bit of a good mix, I would say.
Yeah.
But how I ended up, I was doing my master's degree in Washington D.C.
Oh,
And I took finance classes, and ever since I kind of like fell in love with numbers and everything finance related.
awesome.
So after I took the classes, my goal was to work in a bank.
Wow.
So and that's how I started. I was working in real estate at that time, but I figured out that banking would be what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Wow. And how is the industry itself like changing as it relates to like consumers? I know less and less people I feel like are going into banks. How is that? How is that changing for
So
people?
it has changed a lot.
Yeah.
It has changed a lot ever since I started. Well, there was phenomenon called pandemic
Yeah.
throughout the process, and actually the pandemic really changed a lot. When I started, I was pretty much very new to the industry. The pandemic came in, so I learned something that it's kind of like the key and the key component to what I do and what it has helped me, and it's basically like create relationships,
I
meaningful
knew you were gonna say that.
relationships.
I knew you're. I'm like, say the word. Say the magic word.
Yes,
Relationships.
that's basically the key component, not only to be a good banker, but pretty much it has been a key component for myself and my life. The reason why I'm saying is that before the pandemic, most small businesses and consumers didn't have their finance, pretty much their financial documents in order. So our goal was to pretty much help them put in everything in order, and organize everything. So then they were giving out the paycheck protection program
Oh,
loans.
yes.
So in order for them to get it, they need to have their documents ready, and in order for them
Yeah.
to be able to be
Wow.
approved.
Wow. And I'm sure you helped so many people through that process. That was pretty an intense process as all those programs were rolling out back then in 2020. So I want to ask you from, I know we talked a little bit before the show about financial literacy and you
Mm.
have this heart for teaching people that. Talk a little bit about what you do in relates to that.
Yeah. So what I love about, well, I love everything about my job, but one of the things that I'm very thankful is that I really get to help people, in a sense of I have a passion for teaching. I gotta
Oh, wow.
say,
That's awesome.
yeah, I didn't know I had that,
Right.
but I honestly do,
Yeah.
and it's very fulfilling and it's very meaningful for me, for me to like help small business owners throughout the process. I help them before, like on a when they have an idea, help them throughout the business plan,
Wow.
and then throughout the journey. And then it's very fulfilling for me at the end to see that all that we have worked together comes into play. And then at the end, they have
Yeah.
something tangible, they have a product, they have a service that we have worked in.
Yeah.
So
That's so cool. Like I'm looking at you and I'm listening to you and I feel like you're this rare find because I know even when my husband and I purchased our house, just the paperwork and like trying to understand what we were getting into, we weren't educated about that. And thank God we had an amazing mortgage broker that walked us through literally like what everything meant. And it's just hard to find people like that. Everything today seems to be transactional,
mhm.
very transactional. And you have to find those special people who are willing to say, I'm going to sit down. And even though we're closing this deal, I want to teach you.
Exactly,
It's yeah.
exactly. Well, we at the bank and myself, we're not of a transactional type. We're more of a relationship. There are thousands of banks around the U.S., online, in person. You have a branch nearby.
Absolutely.
However, we create that relationship, and that's how you're gonna go with one person versus the other, and with a bank more or the other. It's more about the person that is gonna help you, and the financial institution that is backing that up as well.
Yeah, yeah, that's powerful. So tell me a little bit about what are people missing when they come to you and they say, "Hey, I'm looking for a loan?" Like what things do you realize you actually have to teach people when they lack the skills of learning about, finance or understanding how
So
lending works?
I would say it depends. It goes case by case.
Yeah.
What I've seen is that when you go to school, you have no financial literacy. You have no classes that teach you that.
Right.
So that is something that society is lacking and our school system is lacking, unfortunately.
Yeah.
However, there are different organizations and different institutions that help you with that.
Yeah.
There are a lot of free resources. Just, I mean, everything is on the internet
Yeah.
nowadays. Thank
Yeah.
God we live in a nowadays that,
Just a high tech,
yeah,
yeah, digital
everything
world.
is
Yeah.
it's on the tip of your hand. So
Yeah.
I would just say I would encourage everyone to just do an internet search of different organizations that can help you,
Yeah.
and of course there's people behind those programs that will help and understand and make them feel encouraged for at the end ease the process,
Yeah.
because it could be complicated, it could be lots of paperwork. There are some terms that most people don't understand, so that's why we're here to like help you and make those complicated terms easy and understandable.
Yeah, yeah, that's good. But to dig a little bit deeper, is there any commonalities that you see when people come to you and they say, "I want a loan"?
Yes, for sure. So one of the key components is the credit score, for example.
Mm,
Most people just see the credit score as a number, but they don't understand what is the credit score, what components or what entitles the credit score. So we're here. I'm talking about me and
yeah.
a lot of people that are behind it that help you understand and help you improve it as well, because it has a science behind it.
Yeah.
But once you understand the science and you understand the rules of the game, then it's enjoyable.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. And they don't have to worry about the effects of not having a high score, right? Like the interest rates that are higher.
Exactly.
Right.
The higher the score, the lower the interest rates, and the more funds you can get.
Yeah. Um, I'm so glad that you talked about financial literacy, and it's something that we also offer as well. So people would say, like, why are you as an organization offering financial literacy? I thought you talk about relationships. But one of the things that we realize is that your finances can affect your relationships, right? And so we wanted to create this program where kids could understand how if they make poor decisions right now concerning their lives, even as a teenager, how those decisions can affect their buying power years later, right? And so we have a program called Strong Money Mentality that walks them through a very cool experience. They get a simulated life. They might have kids. They might be single. They might be married. They get a certain salary. And so schools call us a lot to come in and offer that. And the kids really love it. They really get to see how money works and how it's spent. And we encourage them to save. And so we've done it even with parents. And it's funny. There's one time where I remember we did it with another organization, and the parent said, "My goodness, now my kid understands what I'm going through day to day when I say, hey, I may not have the money to spend on these particular items." It brought that bond. So I think just the knowledge and understanding of how money works and how we use it, even in the home with parents and their kids, can really bring like an amazing bond. Yeah.
No, I totally agree. Money should not be part of your life. It should only be a tool to
Yeah.
get things
Yeah.
and to buy things,
Right.
but it should not be part of your life.
Yeah.
And most people don't understand that. And once you understand and separate things, the material things and the emotional things, then you understand the quality of life.
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to teach my son that right now. He's watching about needs and wants. Needs and wants. We're working on this. He's 11, and I'm like, come on, is this a need or a want? But it's funny because I'm playing with him on like, is this a need or a want? And he's just like, oh my God, mom, But I had to tell him, like, hey, I made a lot of mistakes as a young adult, not understanding just needs and wants, right? A simple concept that if you don't practice it well can really destroy your financial future. Right?
Exactly.
You want to keep up with the Joneses. You want to be like everyone else, but you have no money. You have no savings account. You have no rainy day fund, right?
Exactly.
This is really important.
No, I totally agree.
Yeah.
And just like your son, like he might say, I want the PlayStation and I also need it, but there's a thin line between each one.
Yeah.
So it's
me breaking him down. Like I really don't want you to get this, right? Even though you feel like you need it.
Yeah.
Right?
So, but he'll learn.
Learn.
You're a good teacher, and that's why I love teaching, because I teach my mistakes, because I already went through there.
Yeah.
Even though you would say I'm young, I already made a lot of mistakes, but I'm learning from those mistakes and teaching how to avoid them.
Yeah, that's really good. Well, I commend you for all that you do. So the next part of our process is we're gonna play a game called Social Yaks. You bought one.
I'm ready for it.
And we have 144 cards. So hopefully you have not gone through all of the deck yet.
Well, I gotta say, I haven't.
Okay.
But I don't know. I think each question can go. I can give
Different
like
way.
different. Yeah, I can give different answers.
That's true. Based on too, like the season that you're into and like where you are. Yeah, that's true. And how you woke up in the morning. So with that said, we're gonna play Social Yaks. You're gonna play. We have preset cards here already laid out, and so I want you to pick one. Our first level is breaking the ice. So our fans are gonna get to know you, and so pick a card, any card. Read it out loud.
That's it. Okay. So it says, what are your hobbies and how did you get into them? So I would say I'm a very outdoor person.
Really?
I love everything about outdoors. So I love to swim, run, bike, play volleyball.
I know about the running because when we booked you for today's show, Angelica said, "Wait a minute, I run with him."
Ah, yeah, yeah.
Angela, sorry, Angela. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that's how I met her actually.
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I encouraged Carlos to come one day, and Carlos was like,
Carlos might be watching.
"Yeah,
Carlos.
Carlos, you need to get into the running, okay?"
Oh, that's
So,
cool.
but yeah, so I'm a very like outdoor person.
Yeah.
I love, and that's kind of like why I moved to Miami.
Oh,
Um,
that's nice.
it has almost 200 and change
Yeah.
days of sunlight
Yeah.
throughout the year. So it's something that we need to take in
Yeah. It's
advantage
true.
and
It's
enjoy
true.
that
Yeah.
beautiful weather
I
out there.
know. I can't even remember the last time I went to the beach. That's terrible.
Yeah.
You ask a lot of
It
people in
is
Miami
terrible.
and you're like, when have you been to the beach? It's like, I don't have time for the beach, you know? And then
Oh no,
people
I
come
try
here.
to go every weekend. Yeah.
Oh
That's kind of like
man.
my goal. Yeah, I try to go.
I gotta figure my life out. Yeah. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna live through you though for now. So
All right.
if you want to pick the next one, well, no, let's do another break the ice.
Okay. Another
Yeah.
break the ice. Okay. So it says, what did you want to be when you were younger?
And it wasn't
So,
banking.
huh?
It wasn't banking.
It wasn't banking. I would say either police officer or a firefighter.
Really?
Mhm. I have my little like costume.
There we
I
go.
like a pole in my bedroom, so
Yeah.
I had to like, yeah. I used to play like to be a firefighter
And you
when I
would
was
slide down the pole
I
from
had
your
slide the
balcony.
pole from because I had like a kind of like a second floor on my
Oh, nice.
on my bedroom, so
Oh
I
my
was like
gosh.
sliding.
Are you the only child?
No, I have a sister,
Okay.
older sister.
Older. So was she
She
annoyed?
she didn't play with me,
Oh. Okay.
but I would say that it kind of like resonates to what I do.
Mm,
The service has been like throughout my
that's
life,
cool.
and I can really relate to that. So even though I'm not a firefighter or a police officer,
Service.
I kind of like help people
Yeah.
on
That's
another
so
way.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool. So you still stayed within. It's almost like we don't realize that our childhood sort of passions, within that there's this underlying theme of like what you actually want to do. That's pretty cool. And
Mhm.
it is service. You're
Yeah.
amazing.
I mean,
Amazing
there.
supporter.
So this is what I love about
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
game because it's not like I would think, oh, I wanted to be
Yeah.
a firefighter, or a
Yeah.
police
Yeah.
officer, but then this game makes me like go back in time and be like, oh, you know what?
Yeah, that was that connection
Yeah, that was the
there. And
connection.
it's not
So it
something
helps you
that we
like connect the
always
dots.
think about. Yeah,
Exactly.
you see
Exactly.
why you need to get the game? Social Yaks. You need to buy the
Yeah,
game. It's
I love it.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it makes you. Let's continue playing.
Okay, all right, cool.
All right,
So we're gonna go to our next level, get social. Go
all
ahead.
right. It says, "What's the scariest thing you ever done, and why? And why did you do it?"
Wow.
So I gotta say, this was this week actually.
Really?
Yeah, on Saturday I did a skydive. So
Mouth drop.
it is scariest because I'm afraid of heights.
But you
But
did it anyway.
yeah, I did it anyway. And the reason why is because I love challenges.
Oh,
So
wow.
if you tell me like right now, like I cannot do something, oh,
Like, don't tell me that
don't
again.
tell me that
Yeah.
because one way or the other, I'm gonna try to find a path to go into that.
Oh,
So,
so walk us through that experience though.
so
Like
it was kind of very random.
they train you quick on the plane, like they
So you go with someone, right?
okay.
So thank God, with an instructor.
Oh,
I wouldn't
okay.
do it by
On
myself.
our
No,
last
no,
show, this
no.
came up, and I was like, "There's a reason why." And there was a show that I remember where like
Yeah,
it didn't end well.
and they had like, well, first of all, they had like good reviews.
Right,
So
right.
I was like, okay,
We want to make sure
yeah,
it's a 5-star
yeah,
review
five
because we want
stars
to be alive.
or
Yeah.
4.5, but the company was like very professional, and they walk us through the process.
Right.
And it was a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, I'm up for the challenge, and even though I was like really really scared,
Oh my
um, I'm always someone that no matter the challenge and no matter how scary or
God. Yeah.
frightened I am, hey, I mean,
I guess what I never get with that is like, how do you know where you're gonna land? Like, they mark out, I
Hmm.
guess, a particular
They have
huge
yeah, like a huge like field.
acreage. Okay,
It
yeah.
was in Homestead, so it was kind of like a crop. So
Okay,
yeah,
okay. Just making sure you don't land in the
yeah,
Everglades.
just we go. Let's go the other way.
Let's go a little to the left.
Yeah. So
Wow. Wow. And that adrenaline rush when you came out the plane. So did they push you out? Did they say one, two, three?
yeah, they say 1, 2, 3, but they go with you.
Oh my God.
So it was
The
it
whole
was.
time I would have been just praying, like, please release the parachute. Please release, right? It's just like,
Yeah,
oh my God.
but it's yeah. It
Because I
was,
heard you have the parachute and then you have the backup of the backup.
and the backup of the backup. They got like five.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's not. I mean, it is scary because just the idea it's super scary, but it's more like okay. So you have the heart and the brain, right? Sometimes they're not connected, right? Sometimes. So in this situation, it was not connected. It was just the brain telling me like, okay, you gotta do it without thinking about the heart.
Oh my
So
God, I'm about to cry. It's like it wasn't connected. It just wasn't connected for me, but I did
that
it.
that time point at that point
And
there was no.
first of
I
all,
know
it's too
where are the
late.
wires? Someone
It's
cut the
too late.
wires.
Yeah, it's too late, by the way. Oh my God.
Uh-huh.
That's pretty cool. All right.
Yeah.
We have
All right.
let's do dig deeper.
All right.
Too funny.
Okay. It says, "What's a life lesson you learned the hard way?"
Mm,
Um. Hmm. I hadn't thought about that one. I would say trust people. It's sometimes it's hard to trust people. I'm someone that can read someone's pretty good. I would say it takes me like 5 minutes
yeah.
to like see if I have a good connection with the other person or not. However, if I make the connection within 5 minutes and then start to trust the person, sometimes people can go one way or the other.
Yeah.
I have found that sometimes you need to like cut relationships for you to grow up,
Yeah.
because if you don't do that,
Um,
then you would go the other direction instead of
mhm.
going one way that you really wanted to go.
Yeah.
You gotta, unfortunately, gotta learn the hard way.
Yeah. So
um
you're saying trust people or not trusting or knowing, I guess, when to do.
I guess trust them,
Yeah.
but throughout the process, again, the heart and the brain, right?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Trust them, but then with the brain be like, this person is not making you go in this direction that you really want to go and achieve your goals.
Yeah.
It's making you go the other way.
Yeah.
And then you just gotta focus and take a moment in your life and be like, just breathe, take a deep breath, and be like, I need to either help them and pretty much extend the hand and help them, and go their way or your way, or but if they don't want to go, then just gotta
Yeah.
let them go.
You can do.
Hmm.
Yeah. And I think it's important to be okay with that sort of release if
Hmm.
it ends up being where it can't be resolved, right?
Exactly.
Um,
I was someone that I used to say yes to everything,
mm,
um, but
service people often say yes to everything.
but I gotta say that every now and then I know it's the right answer.
Yeah.
Don't be
And it
afraid.
feels good, right?
Yeah,
It's
it
like,
feels good.
not today.
Not
Right?
today. Listen, I have other things to do. I have
Yeah.
other priorities, and at the end, it's all about priorities.
Yeah.
If it's a top priority, then that's definitely a yes.
Absolutely.
But if it's something that takes a little bit of your time, then you just gotta say no
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Or you
just
know too
yeah,
that it might not be emotionally well for you. Like you need to be in a good place to actually serve others, right? So if I'm drained, if I'm overwhelmed, if I'm already stressed, right? We the food drive might not be a good place, right?
exactly.
Because you may not give off that presence that those people need. Here are people driving through. I'm just giving that as a situation, not to
Hmm.
say that we went through anything, right?
No,
But just situations like that where you're serving and you may not be at full capacity, your best self, because you are struggling with some things. You're going through your own
exactly.
internal war. Yeah.
But it's hard to say no.
It is. It
It is
is.
very very hard.
Yeah.
But once you learn that,
Yeah.
your life will be so much better.
Yeah. I'm still working on that. Yeah. Mentally I'll say like I quit and then I'm like, oh, I really don't.
Yeah.
I really can't, you know? Yeah. Cuz so many people need things. So, I'm going to have you pull this last card here. It's called Use Wisdom, and I want to share quickly about this part of the game. This is the amazing part of Social Yaks, where a lot of times we pour out and we become vulnerable to other people. But then there's a time and place where we are waiting for someone to kind of pour into us and to encourage us, and it doesn't happen oftentimes in the way that we would like. And so, use wisdom kind of flips where now you're going to read the card and I'm going to say something about you. So,
All right.
go for it.
Ready?
Yeah, ready?
Okay. It says, "What do you think is my greatest strength?"
This is easy because you've been with us for a while. I would definitely say, Art, that your greatest strength is just the way in which you serve. You have served us with just this amazing place of joy. It's just delightful to know that our relationship isn't transactional. It's really all about our relationship and what we're doing for the community together. And Be Strong can't do it alone. We need community members like you that are in different places and different walks of life to really come and bring their insights and give back and pour into others alongside with us so that the community can feel um, respected and they can feel like people care. And so I would say, hands down, your level of service with Be Strong has been incredible. It's been amazing. Thank you for saying yes to us and our crazy team, our crazy and fun bunch of a team. And so that's what I would say.
All right.
You
Thank you
rock.
so much. And I just gotta add, it all starts with a smile. And if you go to a food drive, no matter if it's early in the morning or if it's too many hours that you gotta be there under the sun, a smile needs to be always present because you can see that from
Yeah.
miles and miles away.
Yeah.
You kind of like brighten your day, and
Yeah.
you're like, oh, who's smiling? You can see that like
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
miles away.
Yeah.
So I gotta say that every event that I go, there's always people smiling, and it's very contagious. Very,
We
very
try to be
contagious.
contagious. We're in the relationship business, you know?
Yeah, it's very, very contagious. So that positiveness, it's very like, it's very, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It's
Yeah.
I love being around you guys
Oh,
and the
that
events.
means so much.
Yeah.
Yes, that means so much. So it's really, really cool. So,
Yeah.
with that said, I don't know if you want to share any last words with the audience about financial literacy, maybe next steps that a person should do if they even want to start a business or get a loan for their current business. What would you say to them? How would you encourage them?
Yeah, I would say the first thing would be that you're not alone.
Mm,
I always encourage and I always applaud pretty much businesswomen, businessmen, and entrepreneurs. It is not an easy journey. Not everyone can do it, and you gotta have some skills, some I don't know,
some grit.
yeah, everything. You gotta be an outstanding person, and trust me, everyone can be like that, but you just gotta reach out to the right people. And once you get to know those kind of people, meaning a CPA, a lawyer, a banker, and good partners along the way, then you'll be able to be a good business leader.
That's
Because at the end, that's what you want. You want a good leader within your business
Yeah.
and your organization rather than just the boss.
Yeah.
And
That's
just
true.
to be a boss.
That's true. That's true.
Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, just reach out. I would say the internet has endless opportunities and endless websites. There are tons and tons of resources out there for free.
Yeah.
So when I'm saying that and people are not alone starting their business is because there are tons of resources out there that they can reach out.
Awesome.
And then with the financial part with the bank, then there are other institutions that can help you and complement that financial literacy, and at the end start the business.
That's good. That's good. So at the end of the day, have your team and definitely find a banker that's willing to teach you, because that's
Exactly.
important. That's important.
Yeah.
Well, we'll end our show today quickly by basically saying, listen, we want you to continue to be a part of our audience. And so, of course, follow us again on all of our social media pages, Be Strong INTL. I want to leave you with this. We've got a lot of noise surrounding us. We have the busyness of life, the stress of life, work, everything that's going on. Make sure you can find a place where you can be still, quiet yourself, find a space to be still, and make sure your soul is in alignment with who you want to become each and every day. Blessings. Talk to you soon.